apocalypse.
What is up, guys and gals? Space Unicorn here, bringing you some hot frag action. So today what we are going to be doing is we are going to be doing Tips from a Former Pro, Part 3, Spawn Control. Now, some of you guys may be wondering what Spawn Control is. Well, Spawn Control is how you dictate your opponent's cards that are allowed on the field. This enables you to have advantageous matchups across the board. Now, what that means is if your opponent's really good with Andro, you target Andro and keep her off the field, force him to play somebody else. You have Spawn controlled him and limited his availability of the card he is best with. Now, this is not easy to do. This comes with knowledge of your opponent and with knowledge of the cards themselves. So with this particular lineup, if I look across the board right here, I would probably, in this lineup, I would assume he's going to run Virus or Vandal, and I would Spawn control those two. So what that means is I don't allow those two cards to spend a lot of time on the field. It sounds really, really easy, but it's not, because oftentimes what you'll find is you get distracted. There goes the Vandal. Now there's the Virus. See if we can get a good angle on her. Oof. Get that card out of the field. Now, like I said, a lot of this is dictated by what card your opponent picks at the spawn. That is something to keep in mind with this. It's just the way that it's set up. You'll get used to it. There we go, get rid of the crow. Get rid of the crow, there we go. And let's push up. So what I would do in order to spawn control these. So once I frag those two characters, the characters I want off the field to weaken my opponent, I then start to hunt them. So I wait for them to respawn, and if I see, let's say I'm fighting somebody else, but I see one of his dominant cards come back into the field of play, I target them. This is one of the reasons I run Crystal. Crystal is able to target an individual card very effectively. There are not many cards in the game right now that do it better than Crystal, with a few exceptions being Andro, Desper, and Ronin. Grab that frag, and see now I've already ID'd where his Vandal's coming from, and I'm targeting his Vandal. I'm using these as examples, guys. It'll be much easier to do against a real player so you guys can see what I'm doing more, but I have his lineup on complete control. I have 4 cards on the field to his 1 coming back on respawn. At this point, I have complete spawn control. Anything that he does, I'm in position to counter. That is the beauty of spawn control and the strength of it. Target this guy. Now, like that, this is obviously a bot, but it's designed so that you guys can kind of see what I'm doing and how I'm viewing the field. Now, we're going to hop into another match, hopefully against a real player, so you guys can see how I manipulate the spawns so that I have favorable matchups across the board and numbers. Now, you guys may have just heard me say and numbers. That is the second part of spawn control. You are trying to put yourself in an advantageous position. One way to put yourself in an advantageous position is to have more cards on the field of play than your opponent. But to more than that, not just more cards, but more cards in better positions. Now, that is definitely easier said than done, but that comes with learning how to slay with your individual cards that you have in your lineup. It looks like we're unfortunately going to get a bot. I don't know why. My connection's good. I just can't find a real player. So we're going to show you here. Now, he has 5 on the field. I have 5 on the field. So right now, we're in what's called a neutral phase. Neutral phase is whenever the lineups across the board are even. But now it is no longer even. I now have control. It is 3v5. There we go. 3, 4, 5 versus 1. He has 1 card left on the field to my 5. At this point, all I'm doing is patrolling. I know his respawn times range from 22 to 30 seconds, so I know whenever the next card comes, I'm going to kill it as soon as it comes out of the door. Now, sometimes you'll get a player that puts a bubble on a card. That is normal. You just kind of play through it. It's not hard to do. We have JB here. Nice and simple. What do we got here? Get that one. Anybody else? Now, that is all you got to do, guys, to be really effective with spawn control. Now, like I said, it is very easy to say these things, but it's another thing to do them. It'll take time for you to learn how to read your opponent's favorite cards and which ones he's going to dominate with and without. So once you learn how to read your opponent and dictate when that card is allowed on the field of play, you will find yourself winning more matches against higher level opponents more consistently whenever you master spawn control. With that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed and I hope you find this video helpful. I will see you legends in the next